Hello everyone, my name is Riya saxena. Today I am here to present you something about the decision making concept defined. So what is basically the decision making concept? Why we need the decision making concept? Nearly every decision we will make to affect the different people in one way to another. So it is important to be assured of the influence or our decision will have and understand what the human cost will be actually. So now let's learn what is the detailed definition of decision making concept. Here in the picture we can see the decision making process. Here we cannot take the decision randomly. Manager have to follow strictly these decision making steps. So what is decision making? The concept of decision making is the process of selecting the course of action from the set of alternatives to achieve the specific goal. So every decision making is arises due to the various choices. We have to choose the best one out of the various alternative in order to achieve the specific goal. So we have to evaluate each and every alternative and find what is good what is good and what is not good for our organization. So this is about the decision making concept. Next we move to the further. Here we have some additional tips, or we say that uh, so here we have some tips for decision making concept which make our decision making more effective and advanced. So the first step is to set the achievable goals. Make sure your goals are attainable so you don't waste time and resources. Manager should think before taking the decision that the decision should be achievable. It should be achievable by the employee. It should not be so big so that employee could not be achieved the on time. They feel demotivated or they never willing to do the work. So it should be unachievable. It should be time bound. Next is use a decision tree. A decision tree is a flow chart that shows the different pathway for the potential decision and outcomes. So uh, manager should always prefer to use the decision tree, which helps them to provide a complete information about the decision, how it whether it should be it wrong or it should be correct. It should be taken by the different paths for potential decision and outcome in order to achieve the goal. Third is use a decision making process. As we earlier slide we have I am already tell you about the every decision should not take randomly. It should take the proper decision process. Manager should follow each and every step in order to achieve the specific goal and take the best decision. So in earlier slide we can see the decision making process. Here we have which can help the various which can help the organization to achieve the goal. For example, you can use the GOFERS process, which involves the steps, goals, clarification of options, generation, fact finding, consideration of effects, and review the elimination. So this is basically the tips for decision making process. Next we move to the further. Next is about, so here are some steps we have to take to improve our decision. Basically, this helps to make our decision more effectively and efficient. So the first step is to define the decision. Second is gather information. Third is consider alternative. Fourth is evaluate option. Fifth is revenue and implement. And the last is review your decision. Moving to the first step, that identify the problem or situation you need to address. So basically we have to take the decision in order to solve the problem. That's why we have to take the decision. So we have to identify what is the problem, not taking the decision randomly without know that what is actually the problem, and without knowing the problem, and so we take the wrong decision. So your decision so while taking the decision you must proper know what is actually your problem. Second is gather information. after knowing the problem, you have to know the you have to know about what about your problem, what your problem wants to uh, what's your problem it's wants to know, and what is the reason to know the problem, which can be collected by the various sources. So after gathering information, we move further step is to consider option. So consider the range of possible options and take the solutions. After that, we have to move the next step is to evaluate the options. After define the decision, gathering information, consider alternative, we have to evaluate each and every alternative, that how can be the possible benefits and the negative points of this problem. Next, we have to review and implement. Plan how to review and implement your decision. After knowing the further steps, we have to review our problem, that how we can be implement this decision. After knowing the various facts and uh, evaluating the problem, we have to review and implement in order to achieve this specific goal. Goal last step is to review your decision. After the set of time, review your decision to see if you solved the problem and met your goals. So after following these steps, last step is to review your decision. Means that we have to check that we what decision we have to taking is implemented or not, it is beneficial for our organization or not. So thank you very much. I hope that you should understand what is basically the decision making concept defined.